Good afternoon, everyone. It's baseball time in Texas as we're getting underway here at Vista Ridge High School, where your Rouse Raiders are taking on the Pieper Warriors. We just got underway, game previous to us, so it was a quick transition. But good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Jonathan Kaspar.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And the scoreboard is not operating, so I've lost the count. So I have to wait for him. Is it 2-2?
2-2. We had started out with ball high over the plate, and then down the middle for strike one, and just off the corner.
Swing and a miss for strike three. It was Austin Shiv for the Warriors. Right. Due up Jackson Hopper, Jax LeGrand, and Aiden Nance.
And Gavin Silva picking up exactly where he left off from his last outing.
Hopper stands in. He'll take for ball one. The Pieper Warriors are out of District 25 or 26-5A. They are our by-district. That pitch in for a strike. 1-1 the count. They're coached by Joseph Olshan. He's in his third year. That pitch misses outside. He has 23 wins. He's assisted by Chris Alfieri, Cameron Arnold, Frank Lara, and Cameron Herzog. And they have 10 returning starters from a 2023 season went 14-14, 7-7 in district. Gavin Silva on the mound. A breaking ball misses outside, and he's
run full.
At a full count. Payoff pitch. A pitch from Silva. That misses outside for ball four. And Hopper draws the walk. Jax LeGrand will make his way to the plate. LeGrand, the shortstop for the Warriors. Defensively for the Raiders. Gavin Silva on the mound. Xander Forcell behind the plate. Oscar Salazar at first base. Rainer Heinrich at second base. Nathan Miller at third. That pitch down the middle for strike one to LeGrand. Jacob Solis at short, Robert Turbay in left, Landon Miller in center, and Rylan Payne in right field. That pitch misses down and in to even the count up.
Yeah, and right away within the lineup, we're seeing a lot of changes day to day, even from this morning and yesterday evening to this afternoon. Coach having to do a little outfield carousel. Unfortunately, he made the joke about wanting to know if I can find any good arms for him to help in the outfield with the unfortunate injury bug going around right now.
Right. That pitch misses high and outside for ball two. Hopper batting from the left side. He'll take for strike two, and that will even things up. Rouse Raiders out of District 25-5A come into today 12-3. On the season. They're coached by Chad Krempine. He's in his 23rd year with 493 wins to his credit. That is cut on and hit down the middle. That's played by Heinrich. The throw to first will be in time. That will go 4-3 on the putout of Jackson Hopper. Fielder's choice, or 4-3 on the putout of Jax LeGrand. My bad. I marked that in the wrong spot.
Work out the bugs there, Michael. Work out the bugs.
3 fielder's choice.
Beautiful pitch right down the pipe. Little off speed there.
Aiden Nance at the plate for the Warriors. Silva checks Hopper back at second, swing and a miss for strike 2, and Nance quickly in an 0-2 count.
And I think there's an automatic Xander going to talk to Gavin, letting him know that the base runner right behind him at second is, they're changing up the calls, it looks like, so he can't relay that to his batter and let him know what's coming.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for the Pieper first.
Gavin said, I'm not worried about that guy. I'm just going to throw a little cheddar right back past him, you know.
Coach Crampine is assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1, 9-5 in district. They were regional finalists, losing to Bernie Champion in an effort to make it to state
Again.
Yeah,
it was a heartbreaker.
It was a heartbreaker, but what a season for the Rouse Raiders. They have 7 returning starters. Coach Olson for the Warriors, he's in his 3rd year with 23 wins. Defensively for the Warriors on the mound, number 16, Reed Nicolau. Behind the plate, number 7, Derek Martinez. At first base, number 4, Aiden Nance. At second base, number 3, Charles Garrison. At third base, number 1, Jackson Hopper. At short, number 2, Jax LeGrand. And left, number 11, Cole Trejo. In center, 13, Austin Shreve. And in right, number 23, Alex Strand. Due up for the Raiders in their half of the first, Heinrich, Miller, and Salazar.
Yeah, again, another little change up there. Rayner traditionally being leadoff, and then we saw him in a few games in the 2-hole. And
Right.
now he's sort of rotated back to that leadoff spot. And
Well, he's had so much success so far in his first 2 years at varsity, and you would expect nothing less from the Tarleton State Cowboy commit.
that's right.
Well, that wind is picking up.
Oh, it's howling again.
It was breezy last night, and the temperatures feel like it's dropping. Maybe it's just
the breeze.
Just the breeze.
Yeah, and Pieper here, new team that I have not heard of previously, and you know that's not to say that they haven't been around for a while. You know, out of the Comal, San Antonio area, Comal County, and we'll get to see a little bit from them and what to expect.
Well, so far on the season, they're doing really well. I believe I had them at 9-2 so far. I'm not sure how they did this morning. It could be 10-2 or 9-3. The Raiders handily defeating the Vista Ridge Rangers last night, 8-2. Great, outstanding effort by Oscar Salazar on the mound. And
yeah, and then following it up this morning, another win, although not as decisive. They were actually up early until the 4th inning hit and had a little bit of issues, defensively and pitching, and allowed CC Ray to get back into it, but they still won 6-5.
Heinrich hits this one out to right field. He'll get this thing started with a leadoff single.
Absolutely jumping on that first pitch, getting everybody fired up and getting on the base path early. So that's a great thing to see.
That will bring up the hard-hitting Landon Miller.
Yeah, we saw him last night. He actually burnt the guy to center, even with 30-mile-an-hour gusts of wind coming straight in. I mean, he absolutely put that thing on a line. And unfortunately, center fielder, all we saw was his number.
He'll hit this one out to center field. Shreve comes in on it, but he's not able to make the catch, and back-to-back singles for the Raiders.
Anything but hammered was that one, but it was in on the hands and just was able to fight it off and hit that little flare over the shortstop's head. Very effective, nonetheless.
Oscar Salazar will make his way to the plate. If you recall last year, Jonathan, when we were playing, I believe it was Alamo Heights at Concordia. And
oh gosh, the one over the scoreboard. Wow.
And Landon Miller dropped a 450-foot bomb. A bunt laid down by Oscar Salazar that goes foul.
And Oscar did that his first at bat in game 1 this morning.
He stumbled coming out of the blocks.
But yeah, no, that absolute nuke by Landon in the playoff game. And we had the guys, we were lucky enough to be in the press box, share the press box with the Concordia players that were announcing and running the scoreboard. And all of them were like, oh my gosh, they have never seen anybody in all the years hit one that deep on that field.
Nicolau dials one down the middle. This is cut on and hit into left field. It bounces underneath the shortstop, Jax LeGrand, for another base knock, and that will score Rainer Heinrich with runners at first and second. Two aboard with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Raiders leading this one 1-0.
And a quick little visit to the mound from catcher Derek Martinez, going to talk with Reed Nicolau and just trying to settle him down, I think, a little bit. Just a little shell shock there with everybody just coming out, pulling the trigger on first or second pitch. And
Nathan Miller digs in from the right side. Nathan, a backup catcher for the Raiders, and a pitcher, and a third baseman. Nicolau will look Miller back to second base. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Sanchez, the designated hitter. Miller lays down a bunt. The throw will go out of the glove of the second baseman, Charles Garrison, as he was covering first base, and that will load the bases for Sanchez.
Throw was there, no doubt. Throw did beat him, but unfortunately he could not handle that as it was low on the ground, but, one that you would want to see him dig out, and I know he's not going to be happy about that.
That will go down as an E4 as he reaches on the error. The check swing lays off for ball one.
And Andrew Sanchez is another one that's just a big kid and absolutely brings a heavy bat with him every game.
This one is a fly ball out to right field. Strand.
Oh, and it drops.
Drops out of his hand. That will score Landon Miller. And the Raiders will take.
Honestly, I think the wind actually affected that ball a lot. He thought he was on it. He reached down, and the next thing you know, the wind literally just top spin and dropped it to the ground before he could get his glove under it. So,
well, the scoreboard has a hit.
Yeah, I mean, that again, it was wind affected, no doubt. It dropped like it hit a wall out there and fell straight down before he could get on the ball.
Foul tip into the glove for Robert Turbay.
First time for us to see Robert.
The pitch from Nicolau up high for ball one, and that'll even it up 1-1.
Funny thing is, Michael, we were both talking about we didn't know some of these first names, and we'll definitely have them learned, within a few weeks' time. But I go down to talk to Kathleen Forsell and said, "Hey, Turbay, what's his?" And his mom was actually sitting right next to Kathleen. She goes, "Oh, what did he do?"
Fastball on the outside corner for strike two.
I was like, no, everything's fine. I just need his first name. Oh, it's Robert. Okay. She goes, okay, good.
1-2 the count to Turbay. Nicolau from the stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. And that will retire Turbay for the first Raider out of the inning.
Yeah, slightly fooled on that. He was a little late, at the offer on that strike high in the zone.
The shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis, makes his way to the plate. Rylan Payne on deck. Bases loaded with Raiders.
Tell you what, Jacob Solis, I'm very impressed with what I've seen him at shortstop. Really filling in well of the shoes of Little Shotty.
Little Shotty, Joe Sparshoe.
Joe Sparshoe. And, it's great to see that we had depth there to fill in.
That pitch from Nicolau, belt high fastball down the middle for strike one. Now the wind's died down for just a moment.
Yes. Don't.
The 0-1 pitch. He gets the top outside corner for strike two, and two well-placed pitches.
I tell you, and it's just, we don't have the benefit of having the little strike box like they do in MLB. And, you sort of look at that and go, man, was that really in there?
It looked good to me.
It did look good, yes. And
he's painting that outside
there
corner.
It is again.
Gets him again. And Solis out on 3 straight pitches.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he does walk away shaking his head, and, they'll definitely be discussion.
He's wearing a big number to live up to right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the person that gave him that number gave that number to him in faith and said, right. And went to him specifically and said, you can have that number.
Number 7, Caden Kaspar. Ryland Payne will stand in, and Nicolau will deal on the outside corner. He likes that outside corner.
That spot.
That umpire loves that spot. I thought that might have been a little bit low, but it looked good to him.
It's all about adjustments. The game is 100% about adjustments. And
the pitch cut on and missed for strike two.
I don't think there'll be any doubt that these boys will make the adjustments to understand that pitch is, in fact, going to be called a strike tonight. And
Nicolau dialing in.
Yes, sir.
Martinez sets up on the outside of the plate. This was fouled away. And Ryland Payne gets another swing. Or another chance to swing. Let's say that.
Another swing.
Yeah, that wind's blowing straight out of the north. Those flags are blowing.
Yeah, this is the other half, the other back side of that front.
The 0-2 cut on and missed on an outside fastball. And that will do it for the Raiders. They get 2 runs on 4 or 5 hits. But then Nicolau settles in and strikes out the last 3 batters.
Yeah, definitely found his spot and, understood, got the feel of what the umpire is going to allow him for. Does he like that high, low, inside, outside? I mean, those are things that the pitcher has to adjust for himself and figure out what this umpire's liking, and not going to like, and exploit that as best you can.
Due up for the Warriors in the second, Martinez, Talamantes, and Garrison. Gavin Silva back out on the mound.
Yeah, and I was speaking about it earlier. Gavin picking up where he left off with his no-hitter in the semifinal game of the Comal ISD tournament last weekend.
Well, it seems like he's throwing from a little different arm slot than what he was throwing last year.
Yes, sir.
Working in some other pitches. Last year, his curveball was his bread and butter.
And everything seemed to be on a 3/4 slot, out on the side where he did have again, when it was on, it was so difficult for the batter to make contact on that breaking pitch.
Right.
But when it wasn't on, he did struggle with being able to find the strike zone. And I noticed it almost immediately, and that was during one of the scrimmages that I had an opportunity to go watch the boys play and talking with Coach. I was like, immediately, first thing I said is, Gavin throwing with a different arm slot? And he goes, well, I don't know.
Martinez at the plate. The pitch from Silva. That's on that outside. Wow, that was actually outside.
Yeah.
The umpire really likes the outside part of that plate. That pitch misses for ball 1. 1-1 pitch down and away for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Derek Martinez. The pitch. That bender over the middle for strike 2, and that'll.
Also recognizing another Rouse alumni in the house, and Mr. Bryce Jordan, if he can hear me.
Yeah.
No, he can't hear me.
Drop third strike, and Forsell will tag him with the ball. So that will go K2 unassisted.
What's up, Bryce?
That will bring up the designated hitter, Corbin Talamantes. The first pitch offering gets the outside part of the plate.
There you go.
And I think both pitchers are picking up this umpire's tendency pretty quick that he likes the outside part of the plate.
Not that much outside, though.
Yeah, not that much. Wild pitch and goes to the backstop. And look at Oscar Salazar and his, I can't call it on deck fielding percentage.
Yeah,
it's actually on the field. So
he stole it from the on deck fielding percentage. Sir, all I have is I can have him take a picture of it.
1-2 the count. That pitch misses, and that will even things up. Silva from the windup, the 1-2 pitch, or the 2-2 pitch. That's down and away for ball 3, and that works the count full. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, and that will be the second free pass given up by Silva. Hopper drew the walk back in the first.
Left the pipe on a small pull over there on the far end.
That will bring up Charles Garrison, the second baseman. 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the second. Fastball down and away for ball 1. Coach Crimpine will call time and take this opportunity to make a mound visit and see if he can get Silva back on track. Seeing a lot of outside pitches that are going down and away and really making Forsell work behind the plate.
Trying to live on that fine line, right, of what that outside is and knowing that it's going to be a difficult pitch for most batters to handle. Trying to be consistent with that spotting of the ball with the pitch, and few have gotten away from him.
The 1-0, a breaking ball down the middle. God, man, his breaking balls break so great.
Yes, sir. That's always whatever they strive for, right? Is trying to have that exact same arm angle and make that ball.
That one's fouled off for strike 2.
Try to make that ball look identical to the batter till that last 5 feet.
Right.
You know, and if you can accomplish that, you can go a really long way as a pitcher in this game. I love watching those tracers whenever they show the difference.
Ooh, wow, that was a beautiful pitch, but did not get the call.
Yes, it was.
2-2. Silva comes set. Another breaking ball, and for strike 3. And he catches Garrison looking for out number 2. That will bring up Alex Strand, the right fielder for the Warriors. First pitch cut on and missed. For strike 1. Strand batting from the left side. Talamantes extends his lead at first. Breaking ball down the middle for strike 2.
So difficult to hit that ball, and again, it looks like it's no good. And
that one's fouled off, and Strand will get another opportunity.
think it flip-flopped my days. I was warm yesterday with the hoodie.
Right.
And didn't bring it. And today.
That catches him looking. He wanted it, but he couldn't swing fast enough. He saw it come in, and that catches him looking. Silva picks up his 4th strikeout of the game. The last 2 batters looking. On to the bottom we go. Due up for your Raiders in the bottom half of the second. Forsell, Heinrich, and Miller. Landon Miller, that is. You got to preface that with 2 Millers in the starting lineup, and they are not related.
Correct. And not back-to-back like they were last night.
Right.
You know, we definitely had the Miller and Miller law firm going last night, and now it's the Miller Salazar Miller law firm. You know, I'll be interested. I want to continue watching this to see if we've had a bit of a change in the approach for our batters. One thing that we've seen over the years from Crimpine is a lot of those batters watching that first pitch. You know, and something that was really consistent, you know, year in and year out. And one thing I've noticed so far within our 2 games now, they're jumping on first pitch. They like it. They're driving it. And it's been extremely effective up to this point, you know, watching how they started last night's game, having 5 straight singles in a row within that first inning. And then today, same thing. You know, they actually had multiple first swing hits.
Xander Forsell stands in. It's the first opportunity to see him at the plate as he was being hit for last night.
So he was 1 for 1 this morning with a double off the left field fence, driving in 2 runs, and then he also had a sac fly, also to deep left earlier in the game.
Nicolau from the windup. The pitch, that's high and inside for ball 1.
But I was able to get that because I had Game Changer going while I was at work so I could listen to the game.
The 1-1 pitch, that's high, but it gets the call. 1-2. 1-2 pitch, that'll hit him right on the shoulder.
Second baseman, Rainer Heinrich.
That will bring up Rainer Heinrich. He's 1 for 1 with a single to right as he jumped on the very first pitch.
Yes, sir, he did. And so last night's game and this morning's game, we had Guyton in the leadoff spot. And he is not in this game. So I'm not sure if he's one of the possible maybe injured or nursing something and coach giving him a rest.
He may just trying to be getting some other guys in with Turbay and Payne being in there.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Now is
that
definitely
pitch just a little high, but it's down the middle.
Yeah.
It was a nice looking pitch.
I think now is definitely that time to really see what you've got, right? What kind of depth do we really have? And
Yeah, because he's got to set his rosters. District play starts next week. Of course, next week is spring break, and this is hit out to center. Shreve underneath it, he'll make the catch, and that'll retire Heinrich. And again, he jumps on those early pitches, but with the way that he jumped on it, reminiscent of Caden Kaspar, he would always swing at that first pitch.
that was definitely something that he has done from as long as I can ever remember him playing.
Landon Miller, courtesy runner in for.
That is number 1. Sorry, let me get that.
That may be
I
Guyton.
did miss that. Guyton is normally number 1, and that is still correct. That is Guyton. That he did come in to
that pitch outside to
run.
Landon Miller for ball 1. Nicolau from the stretch. He checks Guyton back at second. That pitch. Wow, he's called that
really
pitch.
good.
He's called that pitch a strike several times,
Yeah,
but he calls it a ball this
That
time.
did look very good.
That was a nice looking pitch on the outside corner.
I think some of the guys in the press box, we've had a couple of the Vista Ridge players come into the press box to announce the game, and the players as they come up, and I think they were having a little fun with Landon there. They announced him coming up as LaDan Millar. I was like, what? But I didn't remember who's in there, so.
Landon Millar.
Yes.
This is cut on and hit out
hammered
to center field. And the catch is made, a sacrifice fly to center, and that'll move Guyton over to third on the sac fly.
See, Oscar Salazar.
Oscar.
There you go. Oscar Salazar.
Crosstown guys, and they play ball with each other.
Very much so, yes.
And on their club teams, and so they.
And our guys probably know exactly who it is saying it.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike one.
See if he lays down this bunt. Third baseman is way back. And he almost pulled one out earlier.
Pitch down and away for ball one.
In his first at bat.
Yeah, normally who you might see in a courtesy runner from last year would be Tyler Espinosa, right?
Correct.
Or Dawson Snow.
Yes, Snow was extremely good on the base path. He looked very good in that role.
2-1. Nicolau from the stretch and the pitch. That's outside.
And even Bryce Jordan, who we had over here.
Yeah.
Bryce was used a lot.
Courtesy running specialists. The 3-1. That is chopped on and hit over towards second. Garrison plays it, the throw in time, and that will end the Raiders' second. They get no runs on no hits, and they leave one. That will go 4-3 on the put out of Salazar. After two complete, it's 2-0 Rouse. On to the third we go. Due up for the Warriors. Trejo, Shreve, and Hopper.
Back, 9-1-2 for Pieper Warriors. Sound like it was, you said, third-year coach, so a young coaching staff over there, or young to this team.
Well, I think is this the first time that we've had music in between innings?
First time for this game, yes. And again, you saw that it was the Vista Ridge players that come up to announce, and obviously they know how to work that, as do our boys in our home field.
Right.
That's the first thing they want to do is use my phone to link up to it. I got a better playlist than you do.
Right. Yeah. So it's like we got to try to mute that because of copyright
infringement.
Because YouTube has an algorithm that picks up those songs that play in between innings, and then it will tag our broadcast for copyright infringement. And so it demonetizes. This is cut on and hit and playable, and that catch is made by Solis, and that will retire Cole Trejo.
Yeah, great communication.
Jumped on that first pitch.
Definitely great communication there as they all were converging on that. And Jacob, rightfully so, took command of the situation as a shortstop, your captain of the infield. About the only time that he should ever be called off if a outfielder has a better eye on it.
Silva deals down and away for ball one to Shreve. Shreve 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. A bender that misses outside for ball two.
Again, just missing a little low right now. Is Gavin Silva.
The 2-0 pitch misses low, but it hits that outside corner for ball 3. 3-0, and that's the first 3-0 count that Silva has given up. From the windup, he deals. That's going to be outside for ball 4, and that's his third walk of the game. And
Now coming up to the plate.
that'll bring up Jackson Hopper.
Yeah, definitely would like to see him just calm down a little bit more here. Trying to maybe do a little bit too much.
He sets up
Overthrow.
on the first base side of the rubber. That pitch
There we
gets the outside corner for strike 1.
That's the way to come back after a 4-pitch walk is
1 on with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Again, that breaking ball with a little speed taken off of it.
yes. And again, sometimes it's those small adjustments. Can they make those small adjustments? And did he start on the first half side?
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Fish number 2.
Unfortunately, I was not watching where he started the game out. Did he start it out on the third base side or dead center of the rubber? Or
No,
did
he's been working
has
to
he
the
been
left
off of
side
that?
of the
Okay.
plate. Yeah. I think he's trying to live on that left side because the umpire likes that.
Correct.
Jax LeGrand will dig in, and he will take for ball 1 a high fastball. LeGrand hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. That is hit down to first base. That'll be played by Oscar Salazar, and it goes foul.
Interesting. Oscar, body-wise, was staying fair, but unfortunately the ball, when he did catch it, was foul based off of the line of sight from the home plate umpire.
That is a slow roller hopper, and Silva will play it and
Snow cone that one.
make the throw to first. That will go 1-3 on the putout of LeGrand, and that will end the Warrior third. They get no runs on no hits. They leave 1. And on to the bottom we go. Due up for your Rouse Raiders, Nathan Miller, Andrew Sanchez, and Robert Turbay.
Yeah, honestly, wasn't sure that Gavin was actually going to get to that ball. Boy, he
Right.
was
And he got it
quick
on
off
the end
mound.
on the end of his glove, right?
Just a snow cone.
It was one of those. It was just, if he didn't get it, it was going to go to the ground, and
correct.
then you were going to have a runner on the corners.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because obviously the break that the first baseman had on contact was great on the base path, and he was rounding second, no problems. And yeah, I mean, I think one harsh step and that ball could have fallen out of his glove. It was barely in there, but good job there of being able to keep it in the glove and make the play.
Reed Nicolau back out on the mound. He's going to pitch the third for the Warriors. Doing a pretty solid job after he settled in the first. He ended up giving up 5 hits, and then he strikes out 3 consecutive batters. 2 swinging, 1 looking.
They said, now up is
Cheers.
Nathan
Donald
Miller.
Yeah. Of course, Donald is Dad's name.
Yes.
Don Miller. Well, he's our PA.
Yes, sir.
At our home games. He has been for the past 2 years. This will be his 3rd year in that role.
Yeah, which unfortunately we were not able to enjoy a home game for this tournament.
That pitch right down the middle of changeup. Pulled some off speed for strike 1.
Yeah, on a first pitch too. That's an interesting approach.
I see that number 11 down there, and I think of Coco Correjo. And Miller hit this one out to left. That'll be a base hit.
Yeah, great shot there.
Nathan Donald Miller.
Just a very Andrew Sanchez.
Well, see, the thing is that I think the lineup that he took the picture with was just had the last names.
Just
on it,
last
right?
names, exactly.
Yeah, so
Well,
they know these guys.
They know them all.
Miller extends his lead, a swing and a miss from Sanchez. Sanchez with a single. He's 1 for 1. Nathan Miller reached on an error back in the first. The 0-1 pitch, that's outside and in the dirt for ball 1. Sanchez hitting for Silva.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't.
Robert Turbay on deck. This is held off.
Well, he decided extremely late on that one to pull the trigger, and obviously, as a result, was barely able to make any contact for the foul. It's interesting. I don't know if there's just if he's able to hide the ball and confuse the batters. You know,
The 1-2 pitch. That's a fastball hit foul down the left field line. And Sanchez breathes life.
one thing watching him over the last couple of games, Andrew Sanchez, is he really is able to work all sides of the field with his hitting.
Foul tip into the glove, and that will be strike 3.
Number 18, Robert Turbay.
He giggled at that himself.
He has a good laugh out of that one. So, well, as I repeated to his mother, making sure I had the names right, Rylan and Roberto. And she laughed. She goes, "Yep, that'll work."
Robert Turbay will stand in. He gets his sign from Coach Grimpin.
Yep, and then Kathleen is looking up, who's that in the press box giving these names?
Jacob Solis on deck. Nicolau toes in on the rubber. He has a sign from Martinez. The pitch. It's just a bit outside. I think any other umpire would probably call that a strike.
Yeah, that was definitely a close one there. Even from our angle, which is not the best for.
He likes them up and on the outside corner.
That's the
strike.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
he said, hey,
he needs to turn in his ump card if he wasn't going to call that a strike.
He likes it up and on the outer half, and that's exactly where that pitch was.
1-1 the count to Turbay. Turbay 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. That pitch just outside. Both pitchers doing a good job of living on that outside corner. They understand that this umpire likes it on the outside.
Nicolau even gave another little look in, like, man, are you sure? That looked good to me.
Miller staying close to the bag. That pitch will go in the dirt. Miller will stay put.
Yeah, he's not the swiftest of foot.
3-1. The count has, it was like Nolan Harris last year. We talked about how many times he needed to unhitch the wagon, and
I don't know that I would put Nathan Miller quite in that same category.
He went around. He gets the strike.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I give Nathan a little bit of more speed than
he swings a little chin music. Yeah, you wouldn't put him in that category?
No, I'm going to give Nathan a little bit more benefit of the doubt there.
The payoff pitch.
Oh, that was a strike.
It's a strike all the way.
That is a strike.
Catches Turbay looking for back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that. Didn't think that was a strike, but for sure it was, no doubt. Like to see this lower half of the lineup get the bats moving.
So Lee's stands in. He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking his last time up, and he swings and misses this time on a pitch that was well outside.
Anthe, wanting to produce, wanting to get up there and get a hit for his squad.
Nicolau comes set. The 0-1 delivery. That is cut on and hit out towards right. Strand unable to get to it. And that'll be a base hit double. The throw home will not, it'll be wide, and that'll be an error on Nicolau. At the throw at the plate, had he planted and solidly threw, he would have had Miller dead to right at home plate by about 6 feet.
Yes, sir. He was definitely was not going to have an opportunity to make that again. Back to that drop the trailer speed.
And we'll go E1 on the score. But that will be a double for Jacob Solis.
Yes, and Solis, obviously, rightfully so, does advance to third on that overthrow, as the third baseman also ran to try to help with that ball. So nobody was covering third base at that point.
Raiders put one on, and so that'll extend the lead 3-0 for Ryland Payne as he comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim back in the first. Nicolau deals a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, and Ryland also was having a little bit of a difficult time picking up on that outer half, but I just noticed the adjustment he made. I love watching that. He has now crowded the plate.
That pitch high and inside for ball one, and that'll even things up. Xander Forcell on deck for the Raiders.
Yeah, Ryland's third, or his strikeout swing, he was so far away from that ball with him being more middle of the box, and now he's actually moved in, and I love that adjustment.
This one is hit high and lifted to right field and goes.
Oh, is that a catch? Did he? First baseman caught
that. He caught it.
Yeah, he did. Great catch.
A great catch, and his back was turned toward the ball.
Very much so, and he's battling the sun as well.
Play, so you typically don't really see an F3.
At least not, at 300 feet.
Right.
Based on, he ran a long way for that
distance and caught it over his shoulder.
Yeah, very great. And that's the one you would expect, sort of a cradle catch, right? Like a wide receiver, is let that ball fall right over the shoulder and just make sure to get both hands, spread that glove as wide as possible to give it a bigger target for that ball. But no, he actually, glove above his head, was able to make that catch. So very well done.
Due up for the Warriors, Derek Martinez, Corbin Talamantes. Well, let me go back. Aiden Nance, Derek Martinez, and Corbin Talamantes. Gavin Silva back out on the mound for the Raiders.
Yep. Here in the fourth, we're plugging right along. This is actually a pretty quick-moving game compared to last night.
My gosh, that game was slow.
We were 2 hours.
Ran into the 2-hour time limit and only got through 6 innings.
Let's say, did we make it to the 6th inning? I don't.
Yeah, we made it. We made it through 6 and was going into the 7th. The Raiders were
through 4. It was like an hour and a half.
Right.
And then the last 2 were actually a bit quicker.
Because it was 8-0 for the longest, and then Oscar Salazar kind of lost his stride, and they were able to put 2 runs on the board.
Yes, sir. We batted around in each of the first 2 innings as well, so there was a lot of batters to the plate for Rouse.
In fact, no, we only went 5 innings.
Okay, I was like, man, I didn't think we went 6, but
5 innings, and that's when Vista Ridge put those 2 runs on the board.
Beautiful pitch.
Nance stands in, and
that was high, I guess.
That pitch was called a ball.
Yes, it was.
The 1-0. That is cut on and hit out to left, and Robert Trebay will make the catch. Interesting, that ball had a lot of movement on it. As you saw it, it was hit more towards left center and then bent back towards Turbay.
And again, very well played by the outfield. He did not get caught up on I got to run out and then overrun the ball. He was sitting there waiting on it when it got there.
Foul tip off the bat of Derek Martinez for strike 1. Corbin Talamantes on deck.
Keeping his on-deck
fielding percentage.
Fielding percentage.
At 1,000. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Breaking ball misses down and away for ball one.
Great
Breaking
pitch.
ball in for strike two. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and spending your late afternoon, early evening with us. And Martinez caught looking for strike three and out number two, and that will bring up Orban Talamantes. Talamantes, 0 for 0. He drew a walk back in the second inning and was left stranded. First pitch offering, that's fouled away for strike one.
And that was actually going inside on Talamantes on that pitch from Silva. So changing up a little bit. We've obviously watched him and
Charles
Nicolau.
Garrison, and not only is he a good second baseman, he's a good on-deck fielder. The 0-1, that misses outside for ball two, or ball one. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike two. And that breaking ball is what Silva does so well. That one's fouled off and
able to spoil that one. That was a good pitch.
It was a good pitch. So you see the interesting thing with Silva, he kind of starts off toward the middle to third base side of the plate, but in his windup and in his slide, he moves to the first base side.
Yes, sir.
With his plant foot. And so you see, I don't know if you've been watching that, but kind of watching. See how he's right in the middle of the plate?
Yeah, now he's middle.
Forcell gives the sign. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike three. And the Warriors go in order in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors. And on to the fourth we go. Raiders leading this one 3-0.
Yeah, and again, can they pick up a few more runs? 3 runs, nothing. When you've got great pitching, as Gavin has had, although, again, getting a little wild here and there, allowing some base runners due to the free walk, and, you still want to see a few more runs.
Reed Nicolau back out on the mound for the Warriors. Pitch the fourth. Due up for the Raiders in the fourth. Forcell, Heinrich, and Miller. It's the same batting order now that we had back in the second.
Yes, sir. And again, that just attributed to that outer half of the plate, just not being able to pick up on that from Rylan Payne. But, again, I think he believe he is a junior, so he's one that we'll get to see more of.
Forcell was hit by a pitch his first time up. Coach Krempine making his way out to the third base box. Coach Manny Perez manning the first base box, which was previously manned by Coach Harris. Nicolau from the windup. He has a sign from Martinez. He deals a strike on the outside corner for strike one. Rainer Heinrich on deck. The 0-1 pitch. Wow, that was a freebie.
Another one just
that one was
out of half.
Way outside. He's showing some inconsistency with his calls on both pitchers.
Nothing new there. Yeah. Come on, we're used to that by now. Sorry to say, but
right. The 0-2, that's down and away for ball one.
You come to expect it, Michael, but not that we have to enjoy it, but
the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that will retire Forcell for out number one. That will bring up Rainer Heinrich, little ner.
Yep. Just always hope that it's not happening in a key situation.
And
Right?
we got to thank C5 for bringing that one up.
And
Right?
C5 grand slam the other day for Wharton
Awesome.
in the game. Got to see that reported, so it's great to see that.
Another one of our last year's players hit their first collegiate home run last week, and I'm trying to remember who they was. That pitch in, a slider in for strike one. The 0-1 delivery that misses for ball one, and that'll even it up.
Yeah, got to see a little Mikey Caputo in the starting lineup for Eastfield.
Oh, that's who it was, Mikey Caputo.
So was it?
It was Mikey Caputo.
Oh, little
Heinrich will hit that one to short. The throw will not be in time, not with Heinrich's speeds. Legrand in and out of his glove. That'll be a
slow roller is hard
roller.
for anybody to be able to get.
Grade him an error, but
yeah, that was
in the
glove and
Vista
out of the glove.
Vista Ridge gave him the error, so
I would
hit. You take the hit away from Heinrich, he won't like that.
No,
that'll be an E6.
Would say error just because again
it's in and out of the glove.
and out of the glove. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Kind of hard to argue that. That will bring up Landon Millar. That'll squib away, but Heinrich not watching at the time, or he'd be done.
He was. He just didn't realize it got that far away. He initially he leaned and thought it was going to be a little closer to the catcher than what it really was. So he'll make up for it here and get him a
Heinrich
stolen base.
Extends his lead. Nicolau steps off and will reset. And he didn't step off because he was checking Heinrich at first. He just needed to reset, and Martinez goes back through the signals.
Well, Rainer doing a little hop and skip over there, drawing the attention
from the stretch
from Nicolau.
Nicolau taking a long time, and Miller calls time. Oscar Salazar on deck. Miller has singled. He has sac flied to center. And this one is chopped on and goes foul down the third baseline for strike one.
Trying to roll over on that one. Those hands rolled over from Landon just trying to make contact.
The board has him in an 0-2 count. Did I get it wrong?
Yeah. He swung and fouled the first one off.
Okay, that's right. I marked it wrong. Hit the wrong box. The 0-2 pitch to Miller, swing and a miss for strike three, and that will do it for Landon Miller for out number two.
Sal
Lazar. Outstanding young man, watching him play over the years on that state run back in 21. He actually made first team All-State.
Yeah. As a freshman.
As a 14-year-old freshman. Back pick down to first will not be in time. That pitch in for a ball.
Again, honestly, I think he's only grown like another inch since then. He was so big even then, but I know he's definitely
filled out.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, he was a tall, lanky freshman. And what an outstanding effort he did against Gregory Portland.
Yes.
When he was pitching against, I'm trying to remember what
he was a lefty.
Their star ace.
U of H commit, I believe, at the time, a lefty.
Throw down to second will not be in time, and Rainer Heinrich will pick up a stolen base.
As I said earlier, Rainer will make up for not seeing that one, and he'll get him a stolen base here,
Did he call that a strike?
I didn't actually see that. I want to say it was a strike, but honestly, I do no. He's 1-1, but I already had. Oh, he did strike. Yes.
Yep.
Sorry,
okay.
1-1.
1-1. All right.
1-1.
Nicolau steps off and will reset. 1-1 the count to Salazar. Nathan Miller on deck. That pitch high and outside for ball two. as Salazar assuming an umpire role there and dusting off the plate. He called time to dust off the plate.
Well, he's trying to help the pitcher, huh?
And the 2-1. Pitch. That is high fly ball infield, and LeGrand underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the Raiders in the third. They get no runs on no hits. They leave one. And after 4 complete, it is 3-1. 3-0 Rouse.
Again, like to see a few more runs here. Not really running away with this one as we have been, especially the way we came out the gates, right?
Yeah.
Just everybody just firing on all cylinders and driving the balls into gaps, left, right, center, all over the field, which is a great thing to see. And
due up for the Warriors, Garrison, Strand, and Trejo.
All right, lower third of the lineup here for
bottom of the order.
Pieper Warriors, as they would love to try to get Gavin out of this game. he gives them a little bit of a hope.
How's his
with
pitch
some
count
base
going?
runners.
Have you been checking?
I can check right
how
now.
both these guys are, where they're at in their
Yeah, we can definitely see where we're at on that. And we will come over here, and currently we are at Gavin Silva through 4 innings, has 61 pitches, 37 for strikes. He's got 8 strikeouts and 2 walks. Did you have 3 walks?
Nope.
Or was it only 2?
For 3, Garrison.
And then Nick Lau has 64 pitches.
Oh, actually, no, he does have 3 walks.
Yeah, I only
he walked Hopper back in the first.
Okay, so they missed one of the walks on Game Changer.
Misses low for a ball. So he walked Hopper in the first, he walked Talamantes in the second, and he walked Shriv in the third. That pitch in for a strike. Garrison 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the second. Breaking ball outside, and that'll bounce away from Forcell.
And Nick Lau has not allowed a base runner on the 4-ball pass.
He has 1 hit by pitch.
Correct. But he's at 7 strikeouts.
Forcell. So. Garrison will lift this one foul for strike 2, and that will even things up at 2. Alex Strand on deck. That pitch misses for ball 3, and the count works full. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball cut on and miss for strike 3 call. And that one will sail into the throw down to third, will sail into left field, and Turbay.
And the throw from left comes back to where it started. This is Xander.
And actually,
kill that ball.
Strand. Get it back to him.
And he immediately says, "Can I get a fresh ball, please? We don't want that one anymore."
Alex Strand stands in. He's 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the second. Cole Trejo on deck. That one gets by Forcell for ball 1. Silva from the windup, breaking ball down the middle, and Strand just kind of turned away from it and turned his back to it. I guess thinking he might be getting hit with it.
It's that breaking pitch.
The 0-2 swing and a miss on a fastball.
Comes right back at him.
That he couldn't catch up with. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Alex Strand. That will bring up Cole Trejo.
And that brings Gavin Silva to a double-digit strikeout count at 10 Ks now.
Cole Trejo popped up to short his last time up. That pitch outside for ball one.
Did you say Correjo?
No, Cole Trejo.
Oh, okay. I just thought I heard Correjo. Like Collins here?
That one misses low and inside for ball two as it squibs to the backstop. And, man, look at Shriv, his on-deck fielding percentage.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Bad dad humor there.
Yeah, bad dad. That pitch misses outside for ball three. 3-0 the count. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and you think you'd take the green light all the way, and it's like, okay, if it looks good, take a chance. Fastball inside and low for ball four. That would be Silva's fourth walk of the game.
Yeah, I had to stop and look there for a while there, Michael. I heard a bunch of yelling and screaming and going on. Like, what is happening?
Softball over there.
We got soccer behind us, but it was not from soccer. It definitely was to my right.
It's a softball going
on. And
we
got a softball game going. All right.
Austin Shriv will stand in. He will hit this one to third. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. Nathan Miller.
Yeah, good job there, Nathan Miller.
Three as Shriv jumps on the first pitch.
Yeah, and definitely the hot corner, rightfully named with that was a chili pepper down the line for Nathan Miller, was able to handle it on a hop and set those feet and deliver a good strong throw across the diamond. And he was deep. He was definitely deep in the hole there in third base and had no problems.
No runs, no hits, one walk. They leave one stranded. After 4.5, it's 3-0 Raiders. Due up for the Raiders in the fifth. Miller, Sanchez, and Turbay. And we start this inning like we did the third inning. So if you look at my playbook, or my scorebook, it looks like a mirror.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You don't usually have that, but I'm seeing that right now.
Well, that's, again, indicating where's that third out coming from each time. And that's, as a batter and a coach, you don't want to see that.
We do have a pitching change.
Number 19.
Number 19.
I will have that for you shortly. Number 19 would be Arnold, is the last name. Again, we do not, unfortunately, have first names.
I had to go to parents to get first names.
But Arnold, number 19. Looks fairly tall, lanky right-hander.
Kind of got that Fisher Kingsbury look.
He's not that tall.
No, just with the lanky.
Yes.
So I think Kingsbury went 6'4".
Yes, sir. Yeah, Kingsbury was a
Fisher Kingsbury. And I believe that they were the 2020 class that had the COVID shortened season.
Yes, sir.
Coach Crimpine had such a great team that year, and he felt like that was another state run.
Yeah, Dalton Porter had the arm of Southard.
But he was sporadic though in his pitching. Sometimes he was dialed in, other times he was not, but he was a good left-handed pitcher.
Yeah,
and pitch in there,
bringing it in the low 90s was Jared Southard. Now in the
A's organization.
Angel.
Yeah, Angels
organization.
I'm thinking A's. The A, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw the A with a halo on it in my mind, and that's what I was. The halos, I guess you'd say.
There's a red.
Miller will hit this one out to center, and Shriv will get to it in time.
Man,
and that will retire Miller.
Wind held that up just enough to allow him to get over to it, but very strong hit.
For out number one. And that will bring up Andrew Sanchez. Sanchez is 1 for 2. He is struck out and singled. Arnold's from the stretch. That one's high for ball 1.
Don't mind me, just making a mess over here.
What are you doing?
Spilling water on myself, but that's okay.
Austin comes set. Or Arnold comes set, rather. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1, and that'll even it up.
I needed a bath this week.
Robert Turbay on deck. Pitch misses low.
Well, I thought he was going to call that.
I thought that for a minute, too.
he had that.
It was
had
just
that pause look like he was going to do.
It's just a little bit under his likable
threshold,
height, right? Yeah, it's threshold. That's a good one.
There's
another one hit out to center. And then this one's
nope, off the ground,
yeah. And that'll be a base knock.
Yeah,
Sanchez.
Umpire was quick to make that call and let them know, no, that was not a catch. Very strong hit.
That will bring up Robert Turbay, and Turbay trying to avoid the hat trick right here. He's struck out looking and swinging.
Yeah, and I would love, again, to see the same adjustment that I saw from Ryland Payne to sort of come up and crowd the plate, knowing that the umpire is giving him that outer half. Now, this is a different pitcher. I haven't quite seen him live in that same exact spot, although, he's missed low when he's taken it to the outer half of the plate. So we'll see here what Arnold has to offer for Robert.
That pitch in the dirt.
Turbay.
And Turbay will stay in the box as Martinez works around him to get to the ball, but Sanchez was not leaving first base, so there was really no hurry.
Yeah, again, not a speedster on the base path is Andrew Sanchez. Big kid.
Arnold comes set. He'll deal. This is come on and hit in between first and second. Garrison plays it to throw in time. And that will move Sanchez over. That will go 4-3.
Effective as a almost
a back bunt.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Of course, you'd like to see that with only with no outs, and still give him another one. But
that will bring up Jacob Solis. He's 1 for 2. He had a double his last time.
And I was about to say, with Jacob up, he's shown with that ability to go opposite field.
And he had an RBI double.
And so he can definitely allow for another now that we have a runner in scoring position with a lot of room down the right field line.
Nobody holding him on. Garrison's playing well off of second base.
And he's not taking a very big lead either.
That pitch misses low, but down the middle.
Yeah, like I said, nobody holding Sanchez on, but he's reluctant to really take much of a big lead.
With two outs, that's probably the thing, right?
Let's stretch it.
Arnold deals down and away for ball 2.
I think the more you can stretch that off the bag at second, the more you will bring that second baseman to try to cover more and allow that bigger gap for Solis, who obviously shows that he likes to go opposite field.
Playing about 10 feet off right now. That bender will go the backstop, and Sanchez will make his way down to third on the wild pitch.
Yeah, great read there. He was actually, had they even been caught by the catcher, he still would have had a good break on that to get to third.
Solis with a 3-0 count. Ryland Payne on deck.
See if he gets the green light here from Coach.
Arnold comes set. And the pitch. That's ball 4. And that'll put runners on the corners as Solis draws the walk. For Ryland Payne, he's 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the first, and he flew out to a long fly ball in foul territory to the first baseman.
Yeah, again, a heck of a play.
And that will
Hats
draw
off to that play there from first base.
that'll draw a mound visit from Coach Olson. Well, I don't know if that's Coach Olson or not. Coach Harris did the mound visits until it was time to make a replacement, and then Coach Crimpine would go out.
I had a brief meet and greet there with Coach Olson when I was getting the lineup, and no, that's not him.
That's probably
very similar.
Coach Alfieri.
They both have the beards, you know.
Right. Solis will make his way back over to first, and Arnold's back to the mound.
And again, runners on the corners, 2 outs.
For Ryland Payne, Xander Forcell on deck.
And we were very close to a 5 o'clock start time, I believe, right, Michael?
No, it was past. So Solis gets picked off, and that will end it as he tried to work that and get that run home.
And
that was strategy by Coach Crimpine.
Yes, sir. The delayed steal to draw the throw, and it looks like he may have knocked the air out of him. He's sort of, I don't know if he's holding his gut, or
I think he might be holding something else down there.
Looked like his gut there, Michael.
Did it?
This is G rated here, so.
Well, I didn't say anything foul. So Solis caught stealing.
Darn, yeah, good.
That would go
right. Yeah, he definitely drew that. I mean, and Crimpine showed that a lot last year with that delayed steal, and
that'll go 2-4-3.
Trying to manufacture a run there. Nonetheless, back
we do have a pitching change.
Number 2. And that is going to be Barrow. Barrow, Barrow, number 2. Not sure the name. I will see if I can get that. Kathleen.
Eli Barrow.
With the assist from Mr. Henderson. Eli Barrow. And we did also have a change. In right field. In has come.
Who did?
Hasfoot? Yeah, is that right? Hasfoot? Hasfoot? Sure. What was the first name?
Jaden.
Jaden, and I'm going with Hasfoot.
Let me see.
Hasfute is the best I can make from that chicken scratch.
Hasfoots?
Hasfoots?
I don't know. We'll have to find that one out.
We need to put a little asterisk next to that one to check, but again,
Hasfoots?
Hasfut, could be a Z, could be an E. But we'll work on that. Sorry,
more
folks.
Like a Z to me.
Yes,
that's what I took it with. So do have a defensive change. What was his number?
17. I do have that 17. Part right. 17.
All right. So
and
that will bring up Jackson Hopper due up for the Warriors. Hopper, LeGrand, and Nance.
And again, top of the 6th. So.
Hopper is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. That's fouled off for strike 1. Now, I want to say that we were closer to a 5:30 start.
Was it a 5:30? Okay.
Somewhere around there.
So we're not necessarily up against the clock yet.
That one's fouled off for strike 2. Eli Barrow on the mound for the Raiders. Has Hopper in an 0-2 count. And the pitch, a breaking ball down and away as he takes some speed off of that. A little off-speed breaking ball for ball one. New season, new players, new roster.
New names.
He hung on to the grip too tight on that and lost it. And it goes into the dirt for ball two. Even count now for Jackson Hopper.
And Eli wearing Mikey Caputo's old number.
Fastball inside for ball three. And Hopper in an 0-2 has worked it full. Barrow from the stretch. Payoff pitch.
Right. Perfect. Down the pipe. Got him.
Got him looking.
Welcome to the game.
That is the 11th strikeout for Raider pitchers. Jax LeGrand will stand in. He is hit into a fielder's choice. And this one is hit out to deep center field, and that will go over Landon Miller's head. And LeGrand will have a stand-up double.
The first hit of the game.
Yep. That is the first hit of the game as Silva
Sorry for Pieper. No.
had a no-hitter going through 5. So there goes the combined no-hitter.
Yes, sir.
And that will bring up Aiden Nance.
But that is 9 straight, and I would have to research back to Silva's previous start to the Comal tournament, which I would assume would have been in Laredo, to see if he had any no-hit innings there, but that's 9 straight no-hit innings from Gavin Silva.
Fastball high and outside to Nance for ball 1. And Nance will call time and step out.
That's the young man that we saw coming in. Big boy.
The 1-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle for a called strike. One and one the count. And the pitch. This is
Another
hit
one.
out to center. And Landon Miller will track it. He makes the catch. He will make the throw to third.
Oh, if it was on
time. I thought he called him out.
No, he didn't call him out. Nathan Miller caught the ball off the bag, so was not out, but the ball was definitely there in time, but was up the line.
Well, usually he does this. The umpire will do this, but he went like this.
Oh.
And I'm like.
Great throw from the right arm of Nathan Miller. Landon Miller.
To center for Aiden Nance for out number 2. And that will go into the dirt.
Oh.
And they will get to run aboard as Barrow was a little delayed trying to cover the bag and Forsell unable to make a good throw.
Well, he definitely put
because they definitely would have had him dead to rights, but he was able to get across and get on the Warriors are on the board on that wild pitch from Eli Barrow. That will bring up Derek Martinez. Martinez with a 1-0 count. Bases are cleared. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Great comeback pitch there from Barrow. Eli.
One. This is cut foul for strike 2.
Fighting that one off. That one actually jammed him inside. as he was taking a hack at it and just in on the hands.
Barrow taking a long look in. Forsell sets up on that outside corner. A breaking ball sails high and inside for ball 2, and that'll even it up. Corbin Talamantes on deck. Deuce is wild, and that one is fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Deuce is wild
for Martinez.
First go at that, and we do have some activity in the bullpen there for Rouse. That is number 32, Pruitt.
That pitch outside for ball 3.
And don't want to lose him here.
Barrow takes another long look in. He doesn't work as quickly as Silva does. The payoff pitch, that'll hit him in the head. And that is the first hit batter that Raider pitching has had tonight. They've given up 4 walks. And they will bring in a courtesy runner for Martinez. Talamantes, the designated hitter, he is 0 for 1. He drew a walk and struck out earlier. Barrow from the stretch.
God, back-to-back hit. Oh, foul ball. Wow, okay. I was like, was that a back-to-back hit batter? And it's a foul ball.
The ball, I think, hit the dirt first at the plate and then bounced into fair territory.
And they thought it was actually going to be in play to get the out, as Barrow was very adamant that he's like, what is going on?
0-1. A runner at first with 2 outs for Corbin Talamantes. 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, taking a little off there was Eli Barrow and trying to get something in play.
So I guess these are my thoughts on Coach taking out Gavin Silva. Was that pitch way outside?
Wow. So Oscar Salazar off the bag. The runner actually got caught out in limbo, not understanding. Xander with a snap throw down to first. Oscar thinking that possibly the runner was breaking for a second, turned to look to throw, didn't realize he was trying to make it back to the bag, and all he had to do was turn around and tag him.
Oh.
So he was able to get back. And that'll is hit him by pitch. And Eli's, again, talking to the umpires about something. I don't know what's going on. But he's not, again, not very happy about something, maybe in the background or.
Yeah, they're bringing in relief pitcher, and that'll do it for Barrow.
Yeah, Pruitt.
He goes 2/3 of an inning.
Yeah, not too sure what happened there with Eli.
So going back to what I was talking about with Silva, why he pulled Silva after 5 innings, was that he may have enough pitches that he can bring him back in one of the games tomorrow.
Correct. Yeah, and his total
use him
pitch
for a couple
count,
of innings.
His total pitch count was, let me pull that up here while we've got a moment, during these warm-up pitches. But Gavin did go 5 innings, allowing, again, no hits, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks. They have it as 3, but I believe we account for one other in there. So 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. Great outing with a total of 77 pitches. So
yeah, so he's still got 33 pitches in the tank.
And then
so he might get an inning or two.
Yeah, Eli Barron. Sorry, it looked
Barron?
like Barrow on the. I'm sorry, folks, but
okay, yeah, we apologize, folks. Definitely.
So, again,
it does.
I looked like a W to myself, and it's not. It was an N. So Eli Barron.
Because he sees it printed on Game Changer now. So, but we were looking at the lineup.
Yeah, Eli Barron did have 22 pitches. Two-thirds of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 strikeout, no walks, but 2 hit batters.
Runners at first and second for Pieper.
And that does bring Pruitt in.
What is Pruitt's first name? Do we know?
Pruitt. Pruitt.
Pruitt is his first name?
Pruitt. No, I have no idea. It's unfortunately, again, coach is
32. Pruitt now in a save situation. With a go-ahead run at the plate. Well, when the tying run came to the plate, it became a save with Talamantes, and Talamantes was in a 2-1 count when he was hit. And Derek Martinez reached on a full count, being hit by a pitch.
Tying run represented by the runner at first.
This is popped up and playable by Rainer Heinrich, and he makes the catch and gets out of the inning.
And Pruitt, very effective, 1 pitch.
One
swing, 1 out to end the inning.
Fly out to Rainer Heinrich to end the inning, and the Warrior threat. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders will be Hosfoots, Forsell, and Heinrich. Arnold is back out for the Warriors. Oh, goodness. Stretch time.
Yeah, I've had to pull my.
I had to stand up. I've been sitting, and my knees are feeling it right now with all this cold air.
Yeah, mine are not loving this cold air either.
As badly as we needed rain in this area, and a lot of the thunder and stuff this morning, and then nothing.
Oh, no. There was nothing. Shoot, I was driving in it.
Well, no, I'm talking about at the house because I was working from home today, and we hardly got anything.
We didn't get any. Oh, man. Okay. I was hoping we had something.
We got a little bit, but it wasn't really enough to.
My entire way into work this morning was 40 miles an hour because I could barely see 10 feet in front of the truck.
Yeah, it was raining. Norma said we were kind of in that little bubble, and it was right over on top of us, and we just missed it.
Yeah, there was
really needed
multiple wrecks. Unfortunate, just with the rain and a bunch of quick flash flooding type situations where the water was puddling up on the highway. And
so Jaden Hosfoots will get his first time at the mound, and I hope, folks, that we're saying it right. Our apologies if we're not, but we do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. That first pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
And let's see if I can make it.
He may just be trying to keep warming up. That may still be.
No,
that's somebody else.
50.
That pitch in for a strike, and that'll even the count up at 1.
55 last year is not the same as I'm seeing here, but Sam's.
Arnold pitching exclusively from the stretch. And this is lined back up the middle. This will get through for a base hit.
Very nice. But 55 is Signs. Is S-A-I-N-Z?
Yeah, I would say that.
Or S-A-M-Z? Sam's? Signs?
Signs. I usually heard it pronounced as signs.
Signs. So.
That's probably correct. We could be wrong, but we'll figure it out.
So he's warming up. Hosfurter.
Okay, there we go.
So Hosfurter is on.
We're going to have a talk with whoever's filling out that lineup card.
It's Coach Grimpine.
Oh, I'm going to have a talk with that man. Hosfurter. Okay, Jaden Hosfurter. There, we've been pronouncing it wrong. Yep, I'm going to have a talk with Coach Grimpine. I can tell you he's got to do better. Hosfurter lays down a bunt.
Hosfurter's on the second.
Throw to second will be in time.
That was Xander Forsell with the bunt.
Hosfurter was on base.
On,
yeah, okay. Sorry about that, Xander. Forsell with the bunt. That'll be a fielder's choice. And that'll go 5-3 or 5-4 on the putout. That was Jackson Hopper, who played the bunt really well and came on it really quick.
And was able to make that throw.
He anticipated that bunt.
Throw.
And
then Guyton does come back in as the runner in relief of Xander Forsell.
Arnold takes a long look over to first. Swing and a miss on a bender from Arnold to Heinrich for strike one.
Like to definitely.
Heinrich has singled. He's flown out to center and reached on an error.
There, he laid off of that one. Same pitch.
1-1 the count. Guyton extending his lead at first. That pitch down and away for ball 2. Landon Miller on deck. 1 on with 1 out. That pitch misses for ball 3.
Again, a nice attempt to frame that by Derek Martinez, seeing if he can sneak in a strike call, but Ump was not having anything to do with that.
The 3-1 pitch, that's high for ball 4. And Arnold gives up his first free pass of the night.
Yeah, sweet chin music there. Ner. As he dipped out of the way, make sure that it didn't make contact, because that was close.
Guyton, the courtesy running specialist on the night.
Coach having a quick little powwow with Landon Miller. So Landon steps in here.
Arnold delivers. That one in for a strike. 2 on with 1 out for Landon Miller.
High in the zone was that pitch.
And
Landon,
Miller's he's got a smile.
He did. He looked back and said, "Hey, Blue, that was a strike?" He goes, "Yeah, it's a strike." Okay. With a smile. Like, okay. Very intense young man with the game face on normally is Landon Miller, and good to see him smiling up there, enjoying himself.
Martinez gives the sign. Arnold will deal. This is hammered on, and that will hit Grimpine in the coach's box. Oh, my gosh, he couldn't hop out of the way quick enough. Got him. He's
Walk it
gonna
off.
he's gonna walk it off.
Walk it off.
That'll be strike 2 for Landon Miller. 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count. Oscar Salazar on deck.
Landon's like, "What'd you say about me, coach?" Hit and run situation there as Landon was looking to try and bring Guyton around.
Martinez sets up on the outside corner. Might expect a little bender. That will go into the dirt, and all the runners will kind of hold as Martinez quickly up out of his crouch and plays the ball. 1-2 the count to Landon Miller.
Yeah, he spiked a few there, has Arnold, trying to fine-tune that breaking pitch.
Arnold will spin off and throw it back to second. And Jax LeGrand in and out of his glove, but keeps it between his legs. And it wasn't going far either way, so
No, sir.
Guyton was not going to head to
Yeah,
third.
Diego Guyton was like, "Yeah, I'm good where I'm at."
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. Miller would like to have that one back for out number 2.
Yeah, but had he not swung at that, that could have very likely been called a strike.
I think
It was a low, but
I think it was low and too far out. But I could be wrong. Let's see what Oscar Salazar can do here. Salazar takes for ball 1. Salazar has singled. He's grounded to second, and he's popped up to short. He's 1 for 3. That pitch outside for ball 2.
really watching Martinez. He lunges a lot at some of these pitches, and really hate to see a delayed offering by the batter, and it could not be a good situation.
Arnold spins off and looks Guyton back to second base. "2-0 the count. The 2-0 pitch. This is hammered out to deep left center. This is going to be in the gap.
Gone.
And it's gone over the fence. It's a home run. Oh, my goodness. Oscar Salazar with a crushing homer over the left center field fence at the scoreboard.
Absolutely put a charge into that one, even with the wind, a no-doubter, as that was hammered to left center. Oh, they need to time up their boom. They were a little early on the boom. Nobody's feet hit the ground.
A 3-run moonshot by Oscar Salazar, and the Raiders extend their lead.
One swing of the bat
6-1.
and double the score. Just like that. And now we're looking more like what we've come accustomed to these last several weeks here with 6-run games.
That
minimum.
pitch high and inside to Nathan Miller. Andrew Sanchez on deck. That pitch in the dirt for ball 2.
Nathan Miller would love to follow that one up. Do something of his own.
2-0. That's in for strike 1. Letter high fastball on that outside. So you were the smart guy last night wearing the hoodie.
I was, and now I'm like,
Now you fell for my bait. You wore a short sleeve, and And you're also in shorts, so
The
there you
shorts are
go.
fine. Legs are fine.
Pitch misses low for ball 3.
It's that wind getting us.
Miller has reached on an error. He has singled, and he's flown out to center. The 3-1 delivery, that gets the outside corner for strike 2. Full count. Miller has earned this count without even swinging the bat.
Yeah.
That catches him looking for strike 3, and that will do it for the Raiders' 6th. But they get 3 runs on no hits, or 1 hit, and a monster home run from Oscar Salazar. No, 2 hits. Take that back. Get 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, and they leave nobody on. After 6 complete, Rouse 6, Pieper 1. Due up for Pieper. Bottom of the order with Alex Strand, Cole Trejo. See, now I almost did it right there. Cole Trejo and Austin Shiv. Alex Strand is 0 for 2. He is struck out looking and swinging.
Make sure.
And Trejo is flown out to short and walked.
And Pruitt is still in on the mound for Rouse. And it looks, is Robert still Turbay in left?
Hosford still in right.
In right, yes.
I don't see any other defensive changes. Miller in center.
Okay.
And Robert Turbay in left. Looks like we do have a pinch hitter coming in.
Number 22.
Number 22.
Which will be Lieb. L-E-I-B. Lieb. Lieb.
Lieb.
I would go Lieb. With that, number 22, Lieb for
or
Pieper
Leib. Could be Leib.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not exactly sure.
Just roll with it. Sounds good.
Pruitt deals this one high for ball 1 as Lieb pinch hitting for Alex Strand.
Basically, Rouse says they can get 3 up, 3 down.
Ball
that
2.
Would be
that
ball game.
Low. Pruitt from the windup. He will deal on the 2-0 pitch. That's high and inside for ball 3.
Again, just, only having to throw 1 pitch, the last inning, and then having a decent length weight on the bench there. Obviously coming
ball
out a
4
little bit.
As he draws the walk on 4 straight pitches.
A little off, and I do not see any activity.
It's like we got another pinch hitter. Number 24, I want to say, is his number.
That'd be Smith. Yeah, 24 is Smith.
Pruitt toes in on the rubber from the stretch. Orcel sets up on the outside corner. That pitch in for a called strike.
And even though that was a nice, very nice pitch and a strike call, Zander runs out there and again, maybe just to make sure they're on the same page of what the pitch what he's calling, what Xander is calling. Xander has always done a really good job with the pitching staff.
Pruitt deals. That's in the dirt for ball 1, and that will even it up.
Although I am curious, what is the box, electric box, on his back? Xander's. I keep seeing a red light, and now I'm noticing there is a actual little control box of some sort on the back of his chest protector.
Does he have a microphone? Is that some sort of or receiver? And Coach Crimping is giving him pitches?
I'd be curious. I mean, are they allowed that? You're a man of the rules and rule changes normally. And
pitch misses for ball 3.
But yeah, I mean, that would be very cool if it is. I mean, I don't remember seeing that last night.
Set. That's in the dirt for ball 4. As Pruitt has given up back-to-back walks, and that'll probably be it for Pruitt as Coach Crimping is making his way out. You have 2 on with no outs, and
so we did have somebody warming up in the bullpen last inning, but I had not seen anybody yet.
This is number 55. We have a pinch hitter.
And that is number 55. And again, we're going to go with Signs, S-A-I-N-Z, Signs, number 55.
Got a pinch hitter, number 25.
And I did get an assist from Mr. Caden Kaspar. PitchCom, so coaches can talk to him.
Okay.
They passed the new rule for high school. Thank you very much, Caden. Appreciate that. See, he's good for something.
Right. So you think they would kind of put something in their ear, kind of like what quarterbacks do at the NFL level, right? And wearing their helmets.
Right.
You'd think that they could have something like that instead of having to carry a box like that. But
well, yeah. I mean, the box could be the control unit. I wonder, is it a buzzer type situation?
Well,
we can get, or
the benefit of this, think about it. The benefit of this is how many times have we seen it where the catchers didn't get the right sign or didn't understand the sign from the coach. Now you can just tell exactly what he wants him to throw.
Yes, sir.
So number 25, do we have a
25 is in as a pinch hitter? 20.
You're looking wrong roster.
Is Driffle.
Driffle.
Cool names. I love it.
Driffle batting for Austin Shreve.
And Pruitt leaves after a total of 11 pitches, 10 in this inning, as he only had to throw the 1 pitch to get out of the 6th. And there is an earpiece attached to that.
So that's high for ball 1,
as I'm being told. So we do have an earpiece there. So it is an earpiece, just not wireless. Or if it is wireless, it's coming off that control unit.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 1. Two on with no outs here in the top of the 7th. A breaking ball. This one's lifted high into left field, and Turbay underneath it and will make the catch.
Interesting that he didn't look to tag up at all. I mean, that drove Robert Trebay way back to the fence, and there was zero attempt to even tag up on that. And it's interesting. You would expect that he would at least make an effort.
And that will bring up Jackson Hopper. That will be hit into right for a base hit. And that will load the bases.
Yeah, and a great job of hitting there. And interesting enough, that ball did not come into the cutoff for a possible throw home. But the base runner, again, that didn't tag up, made zero attempt to round that base hard and come home.
Jax LeGrand will take for strike one on the outside corner.
Knowing that they're chasing 5 runs, you'd think they'd be a little bit more aggressive on the base path.
LeGrand, 1 for 3. With a double, a ground, and 2 ground outs.
Yeah, and that double was deep ball to center field.
Over Landon Miller's head.
Yes.
This one is
Tearing away.
Deep to left, and this will score 2 for sure. And LeGrand with another double. And the Warriors have cut the lead in half. We have another pinch hitter.
Number 15 is going to be Morales.
This one hit foul for a strike.
Starting to get a little bit more lively from the Pieper contingent here, trying to cheer their boys on for some more runs, and then Rouse jumping in their parents, tell them to keep that defense alive.
Pruitt comes set. He'll deliver high for a ball. Other than the first 2 walks, the next 3 batters have jumped on pitches quickly. Pitch misses for ball 2.
Both of those just not quite getting down into the zone, leaving them up high, breaking pitches from Signs. And now we did have a little bit more activity in the bullpen, but I saw him walking back in to the dugout.
That pitch in for a strike. Well, that'll even the count up at 2.
I'm not too sure who that was. Could have been number 31 Graves, I believe, just at a quick glance when I saw him walking.
Pruitt comes set, the 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled back out of play, and Morales with another opportunity. The 2-2 pitch. That is cut on and hit over to second. Heinrich has it. Will throw to first in time. And that will score a run.
And it is Jake Signs, so we did get a thank you, whatever parent that was that was cheering him on to go get that last out.
(6-4). The fastball just misses outside. Normally he likes that pitch right there. He has consistently for the game. I didn't notice if this was a pinch hitter or not. That pitch gets the
No,
outside corner.
would be
I can't see the number. Should be number 7, and it is Derek Martinez. This one is hit out deep to left. Turbay underneath it. He makes the catch, and that'll be the ball game.
Great job.
And your Rouse Raiders take this one 6-4. It would have been a really good game for the Raiders, but pitching started to fail in the 7th inning as Eli Barron and Pruitt just
struggling.
couldn't throw strikes and gave up walks. And just couldn't get things done.
Yeah, Pruitt only going a third and Eli Barron going 2/3 of an inning. So, yeah, unfortunately, just not being able to complete the game and basically finish as they started.
Right.
You know, and that's what you'd like to see. And again, pulling Gavin out. Gavin was plugging right along, had the 4 walks, but accompanied that with 10 strikeouts. And again, you go to think, all right, we have 2 more games potentially tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
So again, early and then possibly another one at 4:30. And so you got to figure, is there that potential, knowing that we don't have Landon Miller's arm right now? I don't believe Nathan possibly exhausted his pitch count. I'd have to go back and see how many pitches he had in the earlier game today because he was a starting pitcher and see what's available. But that does give us the availability of Gavin. Correct.
So Jonathan will go over the final numbers.
Yeah, so again, final here this evening, Rouse Raiders winning over the Comal Pieper Warriors 6-4. The winning pitcher was Gavin Silva, having gone 5 innings. Again, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. Combined, the pitchers did get 11 total strikeouts with 6 walks, 4 earned runs in that situation. On the Pieper side, they did have their 2 pitchers combining 6 innings, allowing 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 9 strikeouts with only 2 walks, but they did have the 2 hit batters as well as
how many hits?
2 hit batters.
No, how many hits did they?
Oh, sorry. They gave up 8 hits. So Rouse with 8 hits compared to 3 hits for Pieper. So, yeah, overall, again, a very good offensive game, but it did come in spurts for the Raiders, and the one big bomb was the difference in this game off the bat of Oscar Salazar to left center, and just no doubt.
I got 9 hits.
Okay. So a little off on the game changer there, but again, everybody's getting into the swing of things and in the groove of the season. And unfortunately, we will not be able to broadcast games tomorrow as we have.
And we're still working out, since next week is spring break. District starts next week, and Rouse will be facing Leander to start district off. That'll be a home game on Tuesday at 1 o'clock and Wednesday at 1 o'clock at Leander.
Yep, and that's obviously the time that we normally see during spring break, where the kids are off, and so they do have a midday game versus an evening game.
So we're still working out the details on how we can make it to that game to be able to broadcast it, and we'll see what we can do to make that happen, and we'll be on the air. Hopefully we'll be on the air, and you can catch the link. I usually send that out on Twitter, and you can catch it there, or you can also subscribe, like and subscribe to SHN broadcast, and hit that notification bell for every time that the Raiders go live. You can watch the game then. So the happy final here this evening, 6-4, Rouse takes their 4th game of this tournament.
So they are 4-0 and pretty much assured a number 1 spot.
Right.
Out
of this pool
tomorrow, out of this pool, and we will see games.
But that
is there a place to find the
that
bracket?
game will be played here. I just got it off the Rouse website because they had
they do have it on the Rouse website. Beautiful.
You could download that schedule, but it'll say what time those games are. Rouse definitely the number 1 seed out of this pool, and they will play the number 1 seed out of Pool 4, which is the Leander Vandergrift pool. And so that's where that game will be played here tomorrow.
And again, unfortunately, not having the opportunity for our field, but hopefully it will be up and ready.
And had we had some good rain today, they could have used that field and not have to keep watering. All right. So for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and spending your afternoon and early evening with us.
And look out for that update for next week's game times.
Yes, sir. So we'll see y'all then. For now, good night, everybody.